What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today in our Nighthawks Relocation Fantasy Draft franchise. It's about to be week 9, and I actually didn't think this through. Well, I thought it through. I'm feeling a decent bit better. This is actually, believe it or not, looking at last week's episode, I'm just gonna, because of special circumstances, we're gonna pretend that the trade deadline has advanced, or, it's open still. So if you guys really want us to, trade for either Bateman or Deontay Johnson, we can still trade for him. We're just gonna, this is the COVID tax, all right? It's a special world we live in. But yeah, this is the first time I'm recording anything since getting COVID, and, it's like COVID gate. It's like, you want to bring it up anymore? What do you want people to feel bad for you? But you would probably think that last game was, because that was a brutal one, as we threw 5 interceptions. We couldn't stop a soul. Their rookie quarterback looked like an absolute god. Couldn't stop him in any facet of the game, and it was just not a good time. Of course, one of our biggest issues, besides just blatantly bad reads and a little bit of bad, blocking, is we just couldn't get any separation. The receivers really weren't super open. It's basically just Woodley, but, I can't just look for Woodley as my one and only route. Then it'll get even worse. Although with 5 interceptions, you could debate, can it physically get worse? But I'm going to at least try this game. We'll see. Once again, I'm playing this now because I'm feeling like 6 out of 10 compared to my normal 9 out of 10 self. And I don't know if that's going to get worse or not. So I'm going to try my best to record anytime I'm feeling at least not dog awful. Of course, a little bit out of the realm of franchise, talking about real life, really ruining the immersion. But obviously looking at the roster, as much as Diami Brown wasn't bad, we're just going to try Tutu at number 2. If we're not trading for Deontay, we might as well try something new. I kind of want to take a look. I already actually advanced, didn't I? I was about to say, I want to actually look at the stats of the receivers we were looking at, because they were both on the same team. So if one of them was having a really bad week, we can obviously... Oh, Tyndall's back. I forgot about that. We can obviously make that argument that, oh, well, they're not even using him anyways. But let's take a look at the players of the week. That's the wrong thing. Let's see what we got. We didn't give one up? What kind of sorcery is this? That's kind of, it's about the biggest win we could have after a performance like that, let me tell you. Of course, we will end up, changing the roster at will, but the quarterback here is Ryan Tannehill. I think there was something about him losing the starting job this week, though. Wink, wink. I don't know, but of course, Najee Harris, a really good running back with Isaiah Spiller, weirdest way to say his name ever, as the backup. Cooper Kupp, obviously regressing hard because of the age. Jacoby Myers, not really that great anyways. Tim Patrick, rest in peace, my dude, rest up. He's in, what am I talking about? Dion Cohen, a bunch of slower receivers here, but maybe route running's decent. Even the tight end is so slow. Maybe Woods gets a lot of catches. I don't know. But Colton Miller, the left tackle's pretty good. Left guard's iffy. Center is amazing. Right guard is a little iffy. And then right tackle is a rookie. Maybe he's decent. Maybe he's a superstar. Who knows? The left end is amazing. Right end is very good. He plays great every team he goes to. DTs are okay. Left out's awful, but giving me Lou Vu vibes. Jamin Davis, very good. Number 2 linebacker Anthony Sharper is pretty decent as well. Matt Milano, slower, but very intelligent. Corners, ultra undersized. If we don't catch... I get we're not huge, right? That's what she said. But if we don't catch one jump ball this game against those corners... I don't know, dude. What do we do? Javon Holland, obviously looking really good. And then Harrison Smith should not be on their roster. Holy. Of course, we did our weekly training, which we focused on stopping the inside run and throwing the ball short. Diami Brown's biggest concerns is really just his medium to short route running and just positioning, but I don't really think that's an upgrade you can make, but really good upgrade for short route, which puts him in the green for all the route runnings. Tutu Atwell, I've been told, do physical because it upgrades release. The problem here is, all right, we're going to do it just to, see what we get, but I imagine this is going to be an overall terrible decision unless he gives us a +5 to release, which it just won't. You see what I mean, though? Sure, catching traffic and spec catch isn't terrible, but, if we're going to get one release at a time, we might as well just keep doing route running, and he just sucks at release, but when he actually gets going, his route running's filthy, you know what I mean? So it's it's either be bad at 2 things or be really good at 1, So, or just average at 2 things, be really good at 1. Newhouse, the, what? A +2 to speed for a lineman. Does put him at 70. I'm not really sure how that helps, but that sure is something. Okay, maybe Booker wants to follow suit. I mean, I'm just saying. Of course, zone coverage is something we run a lot of, and we've been really struggling in coverage in general. Want to keep, him evened out as much as possible. And even though Fiocco hasn't gotten much time to play, you still upgrade him just in case he comes in. All it takes is one more injury, and, we're kind of screwed. He's not the worst player in the world. He is like a poor man's Ferguson, but at this point, it's like, Kind of sucky is this game is not a primetime game, despite the fact that I will actually admit, I don't remember what their record is, but two teams that look like they have okay potential, maybe? I mean, I do think that this Bengals team is kind of on the decline rather than the up and up. But I just see these uniforms, even though these are alternates. They chose, by the way. Don't get mad at me. And I just think they're good. But honestly, looking back at that roster, 5'9" corners at your 1 and 2 spot, which of course are going to lock us down, obviously. And then, you've got a really slow aging receiving core. I mean, even the tight end is super slow. Like, 77 speed? Who's that slow? Nobody's that slow. It's you're not a receiver at that point. You're not even a blocker. You can't even get to the damn defender regardless. Most DTs are that speed these days. Of course, that is the most words consecutively you're going to hear from me for the rest of today, because it pains me to do that. Of course, Porter kind of running through. Oh my, he just killed a guy. And then, of course, Cisco, he's been really good as special teamer for us. Kills a guy himself. A lot of murder today. My favorite type of action, of course. It's a joke, FBI. Let's relax. Up the middle, Porter. Gonna get a nice little block shed. Only allowing 2 yards. Once again, Najee Harris. Probably their biggest playmaker on the entire field, specifically on offense. You can maybe argue Daniil Hunter. We'll see what happens with him. May double team a bit, but again, you have Ngakoue, and I don't know how I feel about leaving him one-on-one, so it's just, it's painful. We'll see. As Tyndall returning back to the field, allows only 5 yards. Now a 3rd and 3. Of course, bunched up. I think we have to go to cover 2. I don't know if we're really ready for a, oh Lord, man coverage look from that side. And the rookie slips off, but not for a second time, as Henry is basically going to get 2 sacks. And look at those Saints with Kellen Mond kind of rolling here after rolling us. Of course, love the effort from Henry. I don't know what happened to everyone else, but that is a play that took way too long to develop. Once again, it's been a reoccurring incident. A good incident, of course, is that Henry fella, the rookie, making a sack pretty much every single week. This time early. Maybe he's going to get multiple. 6 sacks. Now, like I said, it feels like it's been consecutive. And speaking of consecutive, a lot of interceptions consecutively last week. Really need to have a nice game today to get that confidence back up, and also the touchdown to pick ratio back up. Now, they do have Daniil over that side, it seems, but they also don't seem like they have enough blockers on this side. And they maybe did. I couldn't tell. It seemed like the cutback was the best look, but as soon as we cut back, it seemed like there was an opening to that right. So I don't know if it opened up because we cut or what's the situation, but one thing is for sure, we did not do too well on that play. But yeah, looking back at it, it was never going to happen. Sky Moore to the outside. And there goes Woodley. We were talking about earlier. Oh, he's going to burn him too. Please don't make fun of me for my voice crack. Multiple so far. I'm literally dying, all right? I mean, we all are, but, I'm kind of dying at a faster rate, potentially. Okay, give me a chance here, all right? But yeah, looking back at that play, it was not. It was, they had us wrapped up regardless. Of course, Hawkins, a couple of, maybe stat patty runs or just lucky pre-half plays, but almost 1,000 already. This guy's busted. I don't even think he had 1,000 last year, and he's already on par for maybe 2,000, and that's a touchdown. Hawkins with the play. What a cut move. The trap play actually working well. Once again, the interior, specifically the DTs and linebackers, which I guess is, the definition of interior, not having a good day as Hawkins crushes, I don't know who number 8, oh, maybe it was Harrison Smith, maybe it was number 6. It was not. It was actually Holland. I was about to say Harrison Smith needs to come off the field, but clearly all the single-digit players are, sucking. And now you are not the only one thinking of Beyonce when I said all the single. Like you're not that special guy, all right? I also was thinking that. Everyone's like, we weren't thinking that. Loser. Of course, Najee Harris trying to make a cut move, saw the last play, and he was like, I want to do that. And he kind of did. He gained 7. They go from a run, which was successful, to empty backfield, which I will say is pretty successful against us, but just based on, like, I mean, it worked out, and we miss with Porter, he's slipping away. But, like, based on recency, like, why? Maybe just to get that completion out of the way for the rookie who's, it's like halfway through the second drive, and, no completions. It kind of builds up a little bit, especially since it's his first game. And that's not a terrible play, but it kind of is, as he threw it too late, and Woolen is going to get the pick. Shook enabled. I mean, is that what happened to me at birth? Maybe. I'm not sure. Of course, I was looking at the interior guy, but, like, I mean, I kind of had to just sit mid because Cooper Kupp is going to have to turn around, whereas Najee, full head of steam Najee, is scarier than old Cooper Kupp, you know what I mean? Kind of bobbled it, but recovers. I mean, the guy is having a pretty bad season compared to, like, previous years, specifically with catching. So it's good to see him get back on the board with an actual interception. Second drive after a touchdown. Play action look. And that is a pretty open Tutu Atwell who is going to catch it and gain to the 47. Maybe he's not so bad as the number 2. Because, we do mention, like, I mean, obviously on a play like this, but we mentioned, like, oh, you don't want Tutu out there as a blocker, but a lot of the times the slot receiver is the primary blocker of the receivers for us. And that is, that's not going to go too well. Don't know if that was even Tutu's fault, whatever, but it's a loss of 3. That's all that matters. I'm also not sure how sound it is to come out with a run and audible it a lot. That's tough, but Woodley lost him in motion, and he's going to gain about 15 after a huge gainer earlier. Not looking too bad, taking what's there and finding some actual open receivers for once, which is, I mean, always a cool thing. Both pass rushers are pretty good, but, I mean, I'm a little more weary of that right side. And that's a tough one. Yeah, under pressure. Good job by Tutu to, like, realize, but, there's just nobody's catching that. Threw it a little late because there was still some traffic. I was worried about it. 2nd and 10, though. And that's a tough throw. And Tutu Atwell catches it. The guy kind of goes for a swat. Maybe had a chance at it, but it was a really good throw and ultimately leads to a completion. Maybe some apologies are in order. Maybe he can be a number 2. Just saying. I'll throw it away. Nobody was really getting open. I was kind of looking at the 3 to the right. Maybe X got open, but we usually don't have a successful time throwing it deep. I'm just going to be honest. Which, speaking of, Diami Brown to the end zone. And there goes Sky Moore. Ooh, nice little tackle there, but drags kind of working pretty well for us. Drags and in squiggly routes. I don't even know if that's the technical term. Obviously it is. I mean, when you hear that, you clearly think of science. I don't know if it's science in general. We don't know what we're talking about. Please tell me he caught it. He did, but definitely sold a bit to not get the touchdown there. You can almost maybe even argue that he did, and it should be challenged, but 1st and goal from the 1 this early, I'm not challenging that, right? I do want to see, though. Like, I kind of want to see it, and I actually think that is a touchdown. I just want to see if they're going to call it a touchdown. It should be. Absolutely. Doesn't matter which way you're going if you break the plane, right? Like, this should absolutely be a touchdown. He literally broke the plane. Let's see what they call it. One of the 1st down and goal at the 1. Let's see it. Also surprised they let us look and then challenge. Nice call, dude. What a call. Of course, it does change the defense up a little bit. There was a linebacker before, now there is not. And with that knowledge, we will walk in with a touchdown for Gamble. Not quite what we were looking for the touchdown to pick ratio, but still, it is touchdown to turnover, and we take it. We obviously expected this team to not play super well. It's still early, so I'm not going to, go into sleep mode and just let the game play out. We obviously still need to finish the deed. It's only the 1st quarter. And I'm usually finishing too early, and got to change that up a little bit. But 2nd and 9, and it's looking good. Obviously, they have a young quarterback, and the roster itself isn't looking great. Really good tackle by Porter. Kind of a tough one there. I mean, there was some traffic. Good job only allowing 2, so 2 yards, both plays. And now we sit on a 3rd and 6, pressing Cooper Kupp, who, of course, is regressed, but he's still a really good player. And we're going to try to step up, and he misses the throw. A little bit of movement from Brian Burns' side. probably did enough to force him to move and throw it poorly. Of course, 1st and 10, they are bringing the blitz, but it doesn't mean it's going to be a good run stop. And that is a bad play by us. I thought I had to go between the left guard and left tackle, because usually the left tackle lets go right as we're going, but we should have just ran, dude. We had him. Run to the right again. Gonna run it in a not great situation. The fullback does a great job, and there goes Hawkins, but a hold. Would have been 3rd and 1, now probably 2nd and like 17. 2nd and 11. That is harsh, but obviously in that situation you have to accept it. 3rd and 1 is kind of guaranteed, unless you watch last game's tape, which I don't recommend. I do recommend, but I don't recommend. And that is... See, it's a bad throw to Tutu, and you probably have Diami more open, but, I mean, either throw could be missed, so I'm not going to be like, oh, we should have threw it to the inside. It's either throw could have been missed, so what can we do? And there goes Hawkins, and he's going to get the first, dude. They keep putting players on him that cannot keep up. But now it is, of course, the start of the second quarter. But yeah, I mean, first it was Harrison Smith. Now it was Matt Milano. These guys just do not have the speed nor the talent, and that's going to be tough. But he absolutely delivers. Calvin Johnson rule? Question mark? Kind of looked like he dropped it a little early. Let's kind of hurry up to the line. You see Gibbs in this formation, you're like, oh, they're not going to gain many yards. Why would we challenge it? Just let them, yeah, exactly. Let them just sell the drive anyways. God damn with this line. Right, I get it. You know, we're not a great blocking team. But, like, sometimes can we do that, please? Of course, inside, the center gets absolutely handled by Matt Milano, and Matt Milano is now injured. Doesn't really help us too much when it comes down to, like, time management, so I'm not going to act like anything happened there. And there's no way that wasn't picked. Holy crap. As soon as I threw it, I was like, it'll still get there, surely. Nope. That was not even... Wow. I mean, he did have to barely get it in there. Nice. That should have been a pick six. But he did kind of have to run as hard as he could. Surprised he didn't pick it, though. Just gonna be honest. The reads are still there. It was looking like a really good, smart game of no bad reads, and they're always lingering. Bringing the man coverage. Looking actually really good, except for Woolen, who gets beats on the middle of the field. It's a tough spot to be in because there's so much room. And you would expect the pressure to... I mean, it really wasn't like, a blitz or anything, but you expect it to get there, and it just never did. Oh, that's a really... Yeah, that is telepathic. Porter absolutely getting a freebie there, and Najee's lucky to be able to get up. Loss of 4, that was a huge hit. All right, Jordan Davis, let's see it. Or not. Spin move, absolutely toss to the side. Brian Burns gets a little bit in there. And I really need a pick from Stearns there, but... Either way, it's pretty good coverage. Will lead to a 3rd and 14. Booker kind of got beat, but that's what happens on the underthrow. It actually usually benefits the receiver, so the fact that we didn't give up the play is actually pretty impressive. The running back's open. That guy's also open, and, I mean, pretty good coverage all around, despite, once again, lack of pressure. A couple of 4th and 6 punts now. This one's really something we should have probably played safe on, because we're not going to have a chance to return this. Either block or play safe. Well, it's a pretty bad punt, actually. Where have we heard that one before? And wow, Nwangwu kind of slipping it through. Gets to the 28. I never thought that was even a chance. I really don't like the trap play here, but I hate the audibles even more, so I'll play my odds. And it worked out, and Harrison Smith gets a little bit of revenge for the safeties with that hit. But guess what? Still didn't fumble, baby. Of course, a 5-yard gain. We take it. And I don't know what that route is. We're going to take that a little late, and Hawkins has been a huge part of the offense today. 9 for 13, 150 yards. No passing touchdowns, but still a decent one on offense so far. Play action look. They're actually giving us a little bit of room this time, which is nice. And once again, Tutu Atwell. Maybe not the greatest release, but keep upgrading that route running. He can become a really good player. Play action, Tutu Atwell. Speaking of, maybe not the greatest release, but that route running, though, we'll see what he can do. And get wide open. Oh my, why is he on the run? It's because he can. What a throw. Try to set the feed, and Campbell wasn't having it. 2 short players, I didn't even think about it. Both 5'9". That is kind of funny. And it was not the reason I laughed. I almost coughed up a lung. Of course, 1st and 10. Once again, giving us no reason to run. Sky Moore. I should have taken him, but I just don't trust the throw. Tutu Atwell's kind of been my guy today anyways. Doesn't really matter that we stepped out, but it looked pretty cool. Tutu Atwell again. I worry about him getting this many carries, but we'll see what happens as we will be putting him in motion for the handoff. And not the greatest blocks. Tutu gets a move on him, gains about 3 though. Definitely should have had that block, but it'd be what it be. Fullback fake, halfback toss. I feel like they're committed too much to everything to where we might be able to just sneak it up the middle. And kind of, we gained about 2.5, which I would love to gain, by the way. Maybe not 2.5 yards. I feel like that's more of a burden than it is a positive. I'm not going to lie. Looks like Moore is going to be open. The guy, well, actually, maybe not. Tutu's going to be open, but the linebacker is going to come up on him. The running back's going to be covered by the boundary corner, right? Nope, maybe not. And there goes Hop. A horrible throw is what I obviously was going to say. And despite it only being 3 yards, I've learned my lessons tremendously. And it is that no amount of yards is guaranteed, as we are going to kick the field goal to put us up by 20. That is so much pain. All right, let's see if the defense can continue their dominance, which has looked pretty impressive so far in this one. 1st and 10 from the 25. Going to go to that outside. And speaking of outsides, Drake Jackson gets beat a little bit, but once again, only a gain of 2, so big whoop, I guess, on the record, saying that, I guess. Of course, Sharp going to come up. We got to play that outside. It's a bunch of different names to throw to, and Drake Jackson misses so hard. That's obviously all on us, but that would have been a huge pop. Najee's big. Drake is bigger, simply put. Brian Burns, who's kind of been locked out of the quarterback zone, a.k.a. the pocket, but trying his best still. Only gaining 0 on that play. Quick to the Woodster. Don't think anyone's ever called him that, but we just did. Underneath tight end. Not bad coverage, Stokes. You know, kind of giving him some leeway to maybe get a bait. Kind of got bodied up, though, so I'd like you to not to do that when the guy's bigger than you, which is going to be like the majority of the time because you're kind of slender, even though you're super speedly. Of course, inside of the tight end, the running back's open. We cannot keep up with that. And good tackle, but he's going to hold on, of course. It's tough. It's a tough business. Change of direction on a linebacker. You don't know what you're going to get. Playing the outside zone. Bringing Tyndall on the extra rusher. It's actually pretty good bait. And he's going to throw to the running back. I can't get over there, but that's a huge hit. Porter. How is he holding on to that? Forget a running back. I mean, receivers, wide receivers. Oh, Lord. And we miss hard, and I don't know what Tyndall's doing. Just going to chalk that up to coming back from injury this week. Yeah, I mean, I'd expect Cooper Kupp to drop that, you know. Prime Larry, even. Like, that's a tough hit. The outside, we got to back up to protect the end zone, and Jordan Davis, grab him, please. Put the fear of God into him. If I seen him coming at me, I'd be scared. I'll tell you what. We got to cover backside. It's all right. Good tackle by Porter. Of course, they're going to call a timeout here, which is a little debatable because, I mean, it's kind of setting it up for us to get one more shot here in 3rd and 6 rather than them just, you know, if they have to play for the field goal, you play for the field goal. You take your mini wins. Jordan Davis, the spin move just doesn't work. And that is a touchdown. You can't get over there, but Disley makes a mistake with the footwork, which, depending on how they score here, could actually benefit them, because this is almost impossible to stop. And, I mean, that is a lot of yards backwards, in fairness. There's no way Disley saw him coming and got scared and went too far out. He's not a guy that you really expect to have much experience in the open field, but still, that's unforgivably bad. And, whoa. Woolen just got smoked. I mean, it wasted a little bit of clock. It's nothing crazy, but it's, I mean, it is what it is. And there goes Woodley. That is a terrible throw. If he puts that ball on the money, he gets at least the first, maybe more. Like, getting out of immersion again, I have not changed the sliders in, I don't even know, like, since week 2. You know, it's been a long time. I should have taken that. That's a tough one. Ugh. At least we didn't throw the pick. Should have definitely taken the quick throw to the running back. Hawkins got wide open. It's okay, though. It's all right. Can we go shallow with the out? And that widened up. Woodley up the middle, who will get us a huge first down and a timeout consumption. Diami going deep. Woodley not looking too bad either. And Gamble's actually going to have a lot of room to run, but, you know, don't want to Leave it 2 inside of the field. Daniil Hunter is a fast guy. He caught up. And honestly, we're going to kind of set this play up for Hawkins. I don't know if anyone can cover this guy. Oh, that's a tough throw. And I thought he caught that. That was a tough throw. Kind of put it on. They are going to booth review. I'm saying the right foot's going to be close, but he might have gotten it. Let's see. I can't. I mean, that looks like he might have gotten it. Let's see. Right foot's not down yet. I think that's easily a catch. There's no way Gamble just put that on the money like that. Oh my, what a throw and catch. Obviously, they played it really smart, not playing too aggressively on Hawkins. Left that outside, threw it a little late. I thought 29 was going to get the pick, but he is 5'9". That is a beautiful throw. That is insane, dude. But the question now remains, can we make use of it? Can we make good of it? And they're bringing some pressure. I'm gonna counter it with Hawkins going straight up the field. And they're kind of on it. We're going to throw this away to give ourselves one more shot. I focused up pretty hard on that other side of the field there, the left, so someone was open on the other side. I kind of apologize. Not really much I can do about it, though, can I? Woodley. And that's a bit of a bad throw again, but it's going to be there, and we are going to counteract their touchdown with a touchdown of our own and make it really hard on them in the second half. Beautiful play. Once again, a little overthrown, but Woodley's a pro at this point. He don't miss. Of course, halftime, a positive score of 20 on them. Obviously, we know how quick that can change, specifically when looking at our near pick 6 to Holland earlier that probably should have been. So it's, we're not going to be too overly confident. But I will say at halftime, COVID version of me is feeling like this is an eternity. The longest game of all time. Of course, focus, short, and once again, inside defense for the run. They haven't run it like a crazy amount of times, but I feel like if Najee was having more success, they probably would. With Nwangwu on the return, probably not a good idea for us who struggled in the return game. And as you can see by the number of where the yard is, probably true. Looking at Woodley's performance in this one, carrying big time. Of course, Tutu Atwell's played well as well, but it wasn't Hawkins. It was actually Woodley on Harrison Smith earlier, and man, look at him run. He was gone, dude. Of course, Woodley a little late on the release there, but maybe intended to slip it behind while every other corner is like jumping on the nearest wide receiver. Run to the right. I mean, do I trust our guy to win against Daniil? Probably not, but here we are. And he did win. I feel kind of bad. Of course, Hawkins going to gain about 13 or 14 on that. That's a good play. Inside handoff? I don't think so, to be honest. I think we're going to go to Mr. Woodley potentially, as he is not actually that open. This is going to be a throwaway. The linebacker baited it up nicely. I was debating hard on predetermining like just like a good timing play, and gladly I didn't because they were ready for it. Running the ball on 2nd and 10, and sometimes it works out. We gained about 3, maybe 4. Should have been more, but the blockers kind of sold at the worst time possible. We got that deep in for Woodley. Maybe the look. Oh, wow. Please. And that is a try and a half by Tutu. Super hospital pass, but we kind of had no choice. I didn't even try to throw it up. I bulleted it, but kind of got leveled as we did throw it. I'm kind of dying here. Let me clickbait, please. Not a terrible punt, as Stokes is going to crush him. Kind of feel bad for Stokes. It's like, you run now. It's like, that's all this guy does is run full blast 24/7. Here he is. What up, pal? How you doing? I'm going to press Tim Patrick, who actually beat Woolen for a touchdown, and I don't know why we thought we were in position for the pick there, but considering we, didn't give him a whole lot of yards on the underneath, we're close. Definitely not pick close, but close enough. In motion, and that is going to be a bait as Jordan Davis. Really good tackle there. There was a lot of room if Najee gets away from that. Instead, it is now a 3rd and 3. Obviously, it sucks that we gave up so early of a drive there. We didn't waste any clock, and that's kind of our biggest enemy here. Kind of played shallow. This is a good play for Stearns to be in, and that's good D. Swatting the ball away and forcing the punt. The rookie quarterback, Turner, not having a great turnout. Everyone watching's like, well, I have now turned it off. 4th and 3, punt return, and Nwangwu finally getting a chance. Not looking super fast here, but then turns it on, gets it all the way to the 40. All right, looking for the tight ends. Also looking for those streaks. And this is going to be bad. Yeah, as soon as I stepped in, I was like, I can either throw it away. But Tannehill Hunter, once again, I'm not in the business of hurting people. But, you know, the result of the play is an injury. What can I do other than say, well, that benefits us. Hawkins underneath. Can try to turn it into something. Nice slip. Gets it to about the 45, which is nearly 10 yards. Tough player to stop. He's kind of becoming like our little Alvin Kamara, to be honest. And that's a little bit of a late read, but Diami will take that for the first down. I was looking at Woodley hard, and I was like, nah, dude, let's play it safe. It's 3rd and short. This play action, I don't even remember. No, we did throw this, and Sky Moore failed to score on it. And that is a very good play by Woodley, which will be probably a yard short. This is an interesting defense, I will admit. This is kind of strange. But I will be looking at it. That's a late read, but Hawkins is going to make the catch. Nice. My man's is getting the ball. There is no question about it. A little bit of wham action. We'll see what Woodley has got for the blocking. And a lot of blocking is what you can say. Holland makes up for that last mistake for the touchdown, and this has been a good drive. Not going to lie, though, that throw to Hawkins back across, I was worried. I was like, we've just sold. Congrats. And I'm going to streak Diami just to have a different dynamic. I had to say it, as Woodley's going to catch it for a gain about 5. These guys on the boundaries are extra short, but it's nice to see Woodley finally realizing, hey, I'm a big dude. I should start utilizing that. That might actually be an advantage. Of course, gaining 3 on the run, which will now force 3rd and 2. I don't know how I feel about the stretch, but if I was going to do it, left side I think is the best bet. And it was. Hawkins, nice cut move to the 8. Like, Hawkins hasn't been unstoppably good, but he's been pretty damn good. Tell you what. Maybe looking for the jump ball look to Woodley if it's there, which it's really not. We're going to throw that into Tutu. He's going to bring it down to the 2. 2-2. Their rookie quarterback's hyping him up, but I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's a little too late for that. The pitch fake actually would work more than ever on this play, and because you wouldn't expect it, I'm going to do it. And damn it, back to the 2. I thought he missed. At the same time, I also thought Holland was going to just pick the damn thing off like he should have earlier and just scored with it. I don't like the run here, so I'm going to go with the not run. And that's a tough one. And Diami with the catch. Remember we were talking about the 50-50 balls that he's just missing? That's what I wanted to see. You can do whatever dance you want because that is some OG It's a tough throw as well. Beautiful. Probably should have waited for Sky Moore. I'll be honest with you. Our reads have been a little iffy from here to there, you know? I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean, a couple of lucky plays here and there. Holland should have had a pick 6 earlier. That should have probably been picked. There was a play earlier a little bit ago. I forgot already. And Burns is getting... I mean, our line is getting... So look at Burns. This reminds you of the blind side, dude. Michael Orr just pushing the man all the way down the field. Like, that was brutal, dude. Porter's not going against the most athletic guy in the world, but maybe his route running can make us sad. Burns makes a good play, and wow, punched in the mouth is Stokes, Booker, and Porter. 2 errs. That is... That's not what... Oh, 3rd and 6. God damn, dude. Oh, there you go. Brian Burns finally getting in there, of course. It took all day, but we got there. 4th and 15, and I would say the fact that they're punting probably means it's over. Booker and Porter is what I meant by errs. Okay, I'm just, you know, in case someone needed me to actually spell it out, because I need to get a lawyer for anti-canceling headphones. Gonna go back to the ground. I really feel bad about not getting Gibbs more playtime, but, like, what can I do, you know? Ooh, look at Hawkins getting about 6. The right, Woodley's got to make a play here. And has Tannehill Hunter been out ever since that? Like, what kind of injury did he get? Uh-oh. They did okay to get the initial blocks, but asking Hawkins way too much to get out of that in his own. Matt Milano is out with a sprain for another quarter, which could be any minute now. But Daniil, on the other hand... not so lucky, and wow, that's a double whammy. We got pressured nearly instantly, and then they swatted the ball down anyways for good measure. Yeah, torn labrum for Tannehill Hunter. That's brutal. This is going to be a bit of a shank, I'll be honest with you. Is what I would say if it was a shank. It's not. It's clearly a great punt. All right, Burns, let's see what you got for the squad. Once again, we talked about Henry. Oh my, what a shot to the knees. Yeah, 10 for 15. We have once again focused on that, but still, I'm still surprised that we're able to do this well against it. But what I was about to say was Henry early sack, nothing since. Come on, Jordan. It's one-on-one. And there goes the tight end, Disley. Oh, wow, that's a little bit of a late hit from Woolen, but I suppose he wasn't going down. From the 28-yard line. And there, oh, yeah, now we get, Henry. Oh, man, a couple of chances now this season for picks. Yeah, of course, now we blow it up with a freaking, you know, bull rush, because obviously it's a screen, so they're kind of off their footing. Oh, good job by Jordan Davis, but they tried to get a hand on it. It was like, could you, though? You can't, sorry. 3rd and 8. Game's pretty much over, but if they were to have any chance, they need to score in this drive, obviously. Another screen, and Jordan Davis this time almost having a pick. Quarterback's throwing it very early on the screens. Bringing a little bit of a blitz. Going to press up. Oh, the running back is burning. And Stokes overran Booker. Please. And we go for the SWAT. They're going to call PI, and we're going to get mossed. Oh, my. Seems like a lot of players on that left side there for the tight end who has no speed. And that's a good tackle. Tyndall crushing him to the 8. They're really not making much progress here after that jump ball, lucky PI, whatever you want to call it. They're going to go from the 8. Oh, the squiggle. The squiggle could be a hold, though. Or a late hit, we'll see. And it is going to be a hold. I was about to say, about time they call it, of course. From the 2, 4th and, 4th down, whatever you want to call it, is too easy to get. So a 3rd and goal could be a pitch. That'd be a really strange decision, but you just don't know with these damn Bengals here. We miss. Squiggle again. Oh, really? It's an interesting decision. They're only going to gain 3. It's now 4th and goal from the 15. And they have to score a touchdown for any sort of minimalistic chance. Which, let's be honest with ourselves, ain't gonna happen. And it does happen. Good catch. Once again, mossed for the billionth time this last couple of weeks. Although they don't onside kick it, which is quite strange. Oh, look at Hawkins. A little bit too many moves there. Kind of just, the momentum is that close. They're down by 20 with 6 minutes left, but sure. I agree. They're making the comeback, all right. They've got just as good a chance as anybody, and the fullback does not do a good job. If the fullback does his job, Hawkins getting another BS, quote-unquote, garbage time play that puts him up to like 150 in the day. My man's is the next CJ2K if he does that, but of course not. And Hawkins fighting hard. Still going to have to punt it, though. All right, a little bit of time has passed. It is now 4th and 10 from the 26-yard line. They are not having a good time of it. Brian Burns trying to make a play. Cannot. We're getting locked up. And why wouldn't you? Booker gets the freest pick ever. I don't know what that play is. We spin the wrong one. Nice. Is that just a missed throw? What was that? That was awful. That is going to be a nice bounce-back win, of course, against a little bit worse of a team, but still a win of this caliber is still nice no matter how you look at it. 34-14, we were able to score more than just in one part of the game, and just in general we're able to score, as last week was just bad no matter what quarter it was, but of course, the victory, getting back on track, which, if history is to tell us anything, time for another loss next week. Of course, we said we were going to stop the run, and boy, did we. Of course, pressure them okay, at times. The coverage was really good this week, although, once again, aging, slower receivers. Still got to stop getting mossed, specifically you, Booker, or just kind of only you. Obviously, Woolen kind of got beat on the Tim Patrick comeback, but Gamble, a little bit better this week. Of course, missed some big-time throws, even cost himself a passing touchdown, I believe. Of course, looking at Najee, nowhere to go. Gibbs, kind of the same. Gamble, couple of runs, nothing crazy. Hawkins, 79 yards, but more importantly, only 4 catches for 41. Okay, I guess Woodley, 103 with a touchdown. Atwell, 117 on 7 catches. Sky Moore, I felt like did better than that, but I guess not. And Cup's only catch was the jump ball, which, once again, I don't know what we're doing. We can't stop them. Interceptions for both of the boundary corners. Of course, Booker's was a bit more gifted, whereas Woolen kind of came back on his and earned his. Got a couple upgrades, though. Curtis Gamble, once again, it's not really anything specifically we need. Throw under pressure is always probably going to be the number one focus, in my opinion, so I guess Improviser again, which gives him a chance at something like Speed or Excel. not here today, but a +2 to throw under pressure, which is 88 now, which is really good. And then Hawkins, he does have 90 juke moves. Spin moves probably not necessary. I guess more like receiving back. Trucking is fun, but I just don't ever see him being like that guy. 3 to catching, 1 to short route. That's kind of busted. Now putting him at 70 catching. That's pretty juiced. Unbelievable, my guy. Regardless, that is going to be that for this episode. Hopefully I can try to maybe get back to daily uploading. We'll see. Once again, every day could just be a challenge in the morning. Who knows what happens when I wake up? Could be devastating. But regardless, I appreciate the kind words. Appreciate you guys always watching. If you're new, maybe leave a like, maybe subscribe. I promise I'm not always sick. Although this could be the last time I'm sick. Knock on wood, technically I want to be sick more often, if you know what I'm talking about. But maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, and then second channel, PK Plays. I did actually record a bunch of Far Cry, like 4 episodes worth, so I could actually edit those and kind of pump those out, but we'll see. It'll always be, known in the community tab, or if you actually subscribe to PK Plays, my second channel, you'll know when that's uploaded. Regardless, thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video, but until next video, see ya!